Hey, what's going on YouTube? So today we're working on the F-150 and we're going to be installing a retrofit of a 97 Expedition Center Console. So I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. So here's the old one from the King Ranch, and we're going to go ahead and be ripping that out. So to rip it out, we'll open this up. You want to come in here, and I've already unbolted it and everything. So you'll have two bolts here and here. Then you pull this up, and there's two bolts there and there. And then once you remove those, you can easily just pull this out. Alright, so with those four bolts removed, just go ahead and lift out the whole assembly. Now for some models, like if you have a 6040, these aren't going to be tapped. So you're going to have to come in and you're going to have to find these holes because this will be covered, and you want to tap this hole and this hole. I had to cut mine a little bit. You can see where it's a little jagged here, and I had to cut it over here a little bit. That way the new brackets will fit flush with the actual truck. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you what we got from the junkyard in order to make this retrofit work. Alright, so this is what we got from the junkyard. We've got the back bracket and the front bracket. Then we've got the core. And then we've got the center console itself. And the cup holder insert. So this is what you want to grab from the junkyard along with the bolts. So I'll go through and show you all the bolts that are going to be needed as I install, and make sure that you make a list, that way you have them all, and I'll put that down in the description. So let's go ahead and get this installed.
Cool.
Alright, so I went ahead and got both the brackets in there placed and the bolts finger tight. So the rear ones are going to be a 15, so you have two of those. In the front ones, they're actually two 13s. So I will go ahead and get these cinched down, and we will get the actual core in there and ready to go. Alright, so on here you'll notice that it's got hooks. So these are actually going to go and slide into here and lay flat right here. So we'll go ahead, fish this up into here so we can use it later if we want to put in our CD DJ. And we will get this lined up. And you can see I can pull on it, it's engaged. We want to look and make sure. There we go. So that is all ready to go. And this is going to be an 8mm, one here and one on each side. So we'll go ahead and we will move to a power tool because it's so much easier, and get these installed. Now these ones are easier if you do it hand tight and just get it to where it's snug and then use the ratchet, because the amount of space you don't have.
I got a cure for that.
A wobble bit?
Yeah, hold on. Here you go, pal. Let's make it a lot easier.
Or you can be fancy. Make sure it's going the right way.
One of the best investments I made. Little Mac ratchets are badass. Although I do have really shallow socket on there, I'm not sure you have enough room.
Oh yeah. There they go. So that one's good. We will get the shell set in here. So getting this in can be a little tricky, and you're gonna want to play with it for a while to
That's what she said.
fit just right. Grab this and feed that through there. We'll find our notches.
Let's jiggle it a little bit.
Looks like we're good there.
You got a really big hammer if you want to use that.
So after we massage it into place, check to make sure all the bolt holes are in fact lined up and look good.
I tried to zoom in there.
Let's see. It's there. So we're going to go ahead and grab this. Get this one ready. So this takes, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bolts that are size 7. So those will thread in there to keep the shell to the core.
Try to point out those are the self-tapping bolts for the plastic, so you don't have to worry about cross-threading. But otherwise, you definitely want to start these bolts by hand, so you don't cross-thread. Because no one likes a cross-threaded bolt, or not, do we?
I mean, I am a nut, but that's besides the point. I don't know what makes it worse, the fact I'm a nut or you're friends with me.
Hey, you're friends with me. Who says I was normal?
I'm only friends with you on Sunday.
Hey, that's a good point. We are only friends on Sunday, aren't we?
Uh-oh.
You dropped it.
Yep.
You know, I quit my job. I have all my tools here, and there's a bunch of magnets in there.
Probably grab that.
I could. I'm the camera guy today. You can... Guess what we get to do?
Alright. Take it all apart. Find that bolt.
That's why you don't drop your nuts and bolts, kids. Technically, could leave it in there and just, you know, deal with the rattle.
I mean,
Over bumps.
I'd like a clean install.
Yeah, shit happens. Think we found it.
Little bastard. Alright.
Such a little guy. Little escape artist. Alright, you guys already seen this part. And we're back, folks.
Alright, after we tore it back apart, we
And I
found
had a
it.
Guinness.
Yep, now we're gonna go ahead and get this set in here. That and that. So then we are looking for the 2 bolts.
You didn't lose more bolts, did you?
Nope.
Did you?
Although I need that T.
What are you looking for?
The Torx bit.
I have a bunch on the old Snap-on box if you need one. You losing shit already? You're right where you left it last?
Yep.
Yep. Right where you left it last. I do that a lot.
So this is a T20. And you got a T20 here and a T20 here.
Oh shit, I forgot to hit record. Just joking. Good son of a... that comment.
Alright.
Also be sure not to over torque any of these because the plastic cracks very easily. But at least there's a nice little cover in case you do.
Yep, so that looks nice and neat. And then we've got our Phillips head that secures the bucket to the outer shell. Now, this part is where it may vary for you, because depending on what model you have, you may or may not have the DJ caddy in there for your CDs. So you may just want to leave it open, or we can install the DJ caddy. Which, unsurprisingly, this one doesn't actually work.
So you're gonna put it in anyways.
Yeah.
At least it looks pretty for the 90s.
Right. So I will have to take this out and go find a DJ caddy that actually works. But it's kind of a moot point, since at some point I will be upgrading the stereo, and this is going to come out anyway. So it is just kind of taking up space for the moment.
You're rocking cassette. Yeah, I think I have an old Van Halen tape you could use.
Well, that tape is actually cool because it's Bluetooth.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't know they made those.
Right? Neither did I. I saw this and I was like, oh, that's awesome. It just doesn't keep it charged for super long. So if you're going on a road trip, I would get the ones with the actual.
You can't just plug the charger into it in a cigarette lighter?
No.
Yeah, that makes sense. I forgot you have to put the tapes in there.
Yeah, but it does make it nice, especially
Nice.
when traveling.
Or when you almost hit a horse when we go to the desert to go shooting.
That was interesting. I will not lie.
You got to put it. Did we get that on camera?
No, we did
No,
not.
we didn't.
I
It's
do
not-
not have the dash cam installed on here yet.
Nah, but we do have pictures of it. So maybe you put a picture of the horse on here somewhere.
Yeah, we were driving out to the desert to go shoe, and I happened to see a flash of something. I didn't know what it was at the time, and I started to slow down. And as we got to a point in the road, a wild horse just bolts out into the middle of the road. And if I had just been going, this truck would have been totaled.
Yeah.
It was a big horse.
Oh yeah.
And he just stood in front of the car like, F you. Alright. Grab this guy. And with that, we have a now completed install. Alright, so here's what it looks like all installed. It is much nicer to drive with like this. You got more room and you don't have to worry about stuff by your feet sliding around when you try and place it down there. So let me know what you guys think. You can like, comment, subscribe. Let us know if you want more content like this.